Anything anymore.
I can't trust you. So now let me turn this on. Welcome.
Hey, how you guys doing?
This is episode 46. I didn't say the episode last time.
What?
I felt bad. And the episode before that I said the wrong episode.
What the hell?
Fact check that, Daniel Buckley. Okay, get on it. Buckito. That's
Yeah, I don't think he watches these anymore, so...
Hey, so why don't you introduce our beer?
What do we got? We got Longboard Aloha Lager.
This could be good. It could be bad.
I have no clue. I've never heard it before, so let's see what happens. Prost. Tastes like Hawaii.
Speaking of which, my boss is actually in Hawaii. He's in Maui for the Maui Classic right now.
Really? My one of my sergeants just went to Hawaii too for a week.
Probably for that same thing.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, if he went for a week, he most likely is going to the Maui Classic.
Oh, well, he is the guy that does it's Sergeant Clary.
Yep.
He does
Lucky him.
So yeah. He's our special vets guy.
Confirmed.
I wonder why he's going on vacation to Hawaii. Like, damn, that's nice. And I was like, oh, that makes sense now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I bet he's going to be really sad that he has to work.
He loves his job.
Yeah.
He gets to stand behind, hang out with Jim Boeheim. They eat Subway subs together or whatever. I don't know what they do.
Jimmy B gets grumpy and hates everybody.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I guess Jimmy B was in...
he's like 97 years old.
He was in coach in the seat in back of my boss, who he does not like because my boss... And it's not my boss's fault. My boss had to give him all these rules. And Jim Boeheim was not having it. Because he's basically like, well, you know, NCAA says we have to tax comps now.
Yeah, I'm the boss, so...
Well, and he's like, well, sorry, you have to do this. We don't have a choice.
It's like, yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. So.
Yeah, no, that's basically what... That's exactly how the conversation
I can imagine him not even saying it, in a, threatening manner. It's like, no, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah. But yeah, and then I guess they were in coach, and the Alabama coach was up in first class. Or no, Arkansas. The Arkansas coach was going to the same thing, was up in first class, and so they're like, thanks, SU.
SU. Representing.
I love SU.
We only have like $900 million in the bank. I've been awake since Wednesday morning at 7 a.m., so it's pretty awesome so far. I worked 9 p.m. to 7 a.m. last night, which was good. It was it was just an adventure to stay awake. But tomorrow's birthday eve, dude.
Birthday eve. I'll be working.
And it's the day of the doctor eve as well. The eve of the doctor, if you will.
So my eyes glazed over. Okay, I missed you again. What were you saying?
Mike, John Hurt is playing... Somehow...
Is John Hurt that guy?
In between the 8th and the 9th Doctor, and nobody knows what that means, but... he's like the guy in the middle. Even though he's not a regeneration, supposedly, he's just somehow in the middle.
Is he playing a guy named Malcolm? In the middle?
Oh, that's another
Connect those words.
That's one thing...
Connect those worlds.
That's one thing,
you're going to bring up?
I might, yeah.
Well, let's have me talk about my week, okay?
Let's go. You go for your... Oh, actually,
I worked all week.
Yeah, there's your week's done.
But it's fun, though. It's a good time.
But what are you doing for your birthday?
Working.
Like the whole day? You didn't say, hey, can I have an off early or something?
No, what, you want to go to that brewery?
It depends, because I don't know, I'm getting dinner at Delmonico's.
Well, I'm gonna, how about Sunday? Whatever
I work till 6, but we might be able to do it after then.
What is that?
What are you talking about?
I don't know. You want to hang out or something, right? This is awkward. We're talking about it right now on the podcast.
Sunday, the Double Barrel Brewery there is. It opens on Saturday on our birthday, which is fitting, because we love beer. And we could probably do it Sunday. I just got to figure it out, but it'd be after 6. That's the only thing.
That's okay. I work until 6 or so.
Okay, then you got to ride your bike home. So 8 o'clock.
Because as of our birthday, well, as of that day, I won't have my license will be invalid because the license they gave me was good for 3 weeks.
Was it a temporary license?
No. It's just that since it expires at the same time as your permit, they just make it expire, so you have to pay for it. You have to pay for a new one. Thanks, New York State.
New York State,
and I was like, oh, by the way, since you're going to pay for
New York
this...
State, watch this, okay?
Since you're going to pay for this, jump through a bunch of hoops as well.
Yeah. Well, so what are you doing? So you're working and then maybe...
Yeah, Sunday is a women's basketball game, so it shouldn't be too long. And I think it's actually at it might be 4 or earlier. So those are usually pretty short, and there's also... if it is a women's basketball game, which I think it is, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, well, I get to leave early because I'm the liaison for such things at Syracuse University right now for tickets. So
You
I
get
just
paid more than me. How much do you get paid? Like, I guess you could probably wouldn't talk about that.
I can't. I'll talk about it after we turn off the cameras. Though.
But I actually almost am at $10,000 of overtime this year. That's how much overtime I worked.
I will probably make about 10,000 in overtime. But
That's pretty close.
Because like I've already
That's
made.
why my eyes look like this right now.
I've already like last week I almost tripled my paycheck normally because we work so much overtime, and this week is probably going to be almost as much as that. So I mean,
You're a baller, dude.
Why?
You're taking me out now, okay?
It's good because I can get rid of those bills, that I want to get rid of, and
take me out.
I can take you out because you take me out. Well,
yeah, all the time. Jerk. I have a kid. You gotta take me out.
So if anyone sees this blue glow, this is the first thing we'll talk about. If anyone sees this blue glow on my face right now, we have the PlayStation 4 on. Actually, the PlayStation 4 is supporting this camera.
Mike got a PlayStation 4, and I've seen the thing before. I didn't realize how small it was until you got it.
That's what she said. By the way, look at that. Ooh, I'm messing with the camera in your face now.
But I didn't it's like about 2/3 the size of a PlayStation 3.
And no problems. I mean, I followed some of they had some cautionary stuff like don't jam the HDMI cable in.
Jeez, I thought I had 4.
Well, that's why we're talking about this right now.
Well, one of the things I had was, do you know how much money that they were losing on each PlayStation unit?
Oh, let's talk about the PlayStation in general first, and then we can reveal that.
Okay, let's go. Tell me what you got, because I only know what I read.
So the PlayStation 4 it just came with a control.
And what I've seen for last
I just got the regular unit.
45 minutes.
What happened is I tried to get it on Amazon. And I basically came in like a day late for it, and but I kept checking, just to see, because it's like, oh, we'll notify you when something goes on, but I don't trust that, so I just kept checking, and I guess maybe they saw that in my Amazon saw that in my history, and they sent me an email like, if you want to buy PlayStation 4 right now, from midnight,
do it.
Yeah, like we're gonna give you a special thing because like people that return the pre-orders, we're reselling them, so take it, and I was like, yes, pull the trigger. And I pulled
Amazon doing much better than GameStop on that. GameStop supposedly has 2 million PlayStations backordered right now. I believe 2 million. And GameStop's already not doing too great, so they probably had a lot of pissed off people. I'm sure they didn't even tell them they were backordered for that long. And now
which is funny too, because like if you're backordered, either that's a fair and PlayStation like they said, oh, we're going to give you a certain amount, and they didn't. But it was most likely them being like, we can make money because these people will cancel, and then like probably people didn't cancel, not people didn't cancel.
Everybody wants this thing, or
they want the Xbox One.
On IGN, they did a review of actual customers. I think it was a 5,000 or 10,000 sample. And 66% said that they were buying the PS4, and only 33% said they were getting the Xbox One.
But how many said they were buying the Wii U?
I think it was like 5%.
It was 1%.
No, was it? Okay.
1%. Oh, sorry. Hey, they got a Zelda coming out, though. Zelda.
Sorry, Keys. Nobody wants it.
No, Zelda, okay?
They have Zelda.
It's new. Have you heard of Zelda?
Yeah,
it's a new thing.
Zelda. Everybody's waiting for that one.
It didn't happen in 1986 or something. It's new, okay? So, Zelda.
They probably have like a new Super Smash Brothers.
Well, the worst part, too, is it's basically like it's like a sequel to Wind Waker, and it's like, okay, that's an okay one, I guess. It was like the third best Zelda.
They should do a sequel to the first one, and then like go from there.
They did, Matt. It's called Zelda 2: A Link in the Time, and they did make it. I think
and have Ganon, or like have a Ganon standalone game.
Like you play as Ganon.
You play as Ganon. Like how can you do Wario? Yeah,
it's like a big pig dude.
Yeah, exactly. Like how you be Bowser or Wario or something.
This is why they made Ganon dwarf, because they're like, okay, Ganon a super ugly fat pig guy, or we can just make a dude.
Come on, they had Donkey Kong, Wario, Bowser all have had like success in the game realm. Why not Ganon?
Bowser's game, name it.
He was in like Super Smash Bros. Or something. Come on,
whatever. Yeah.
He was in Mario Kart.
Yeah, you know what? So some of the little ice climber kids.
You always want to be Bowser in Mario Kart. Come on.
I do not. I've never played Bowser.
He's a
so
bruiser.
Slow. He's so slow,
though, man. He hits you, you get hurt.
That's why you just drop a banana peel and he stops. He's done. He's done. I'll play as the princess because I'm sick.
Yeah, you're Peach. You're definitely Peach.
Mario says.
I was Yoshi, I believe. Yoshi was my character.
When I usually played like Luigi because I'm a Luigi guy through and through.
I would have really thought Toad myself, but
no, Toad, because Toad's he's too.
That was a joke.
He's too average.
I was digging on you because nobody wants to be Toad.
It's me time.
Who wants to be Toad? Nobody.
Got the annoying voice and stuff.
Nobody wants to be Toad. But yeah. So let's talk more about this. Come on.
So
back on track.
now the game's out right now for it. They one launch game that's original, like just to the system is called Resogun. And Resogun's fun, but it's
what games are standalone like that came out with the system that you can buy like that are
that you can buy or that came with PlayStation Plus because that's the kind of different
PlayStation
things.
4 games that came out.
PlayStation 4.
Destiny's not out yet, right?
The launch games. Destiny's not even close to me.
Yeah,
Destiny's like
not
April.
out.
Which is really annoying, but
well, same thing with Watch Dogs.
If you pre-order, you can get into beta for that, which is cool. So I think I'm going to pre-order. That's what I want to pre-order,
especially for this.
But so the games at launch that you can pay for that are just for the system, or that came out like kind of not just.
What kind of Assassin's Creed 4? That can count, you know.
Well, Assassin's Creed 4 was cool
because they made it for this. Because remade it up and made it nice for the system. So
my brother actually bought me something that was for me and not for that he was going to like. I'll take back later. He bought me Assassin's Creed 4,
and then you got the better version.
Yeah, and then I got it for free because
you did that when I got you the TV too. You fucking jerk. Oh.
No, but that's because of you. I actually can't play the game without the disc. The PlayStation 3 disc has to be in the PlayStation 4 for that game to play.
Well, this doesn't make any sense.
Well, because that way you can't just like borrow your friend's copy, put it in, have the save data, and then use because that's basically what it reads.
Can you use the save data from the PlayStation 3?
Yeah, no. You can't use the save data, but it'll look at like your PlayStation Plus account and be like, oh, okay, you played this game.
And that's where you get the $10 upgrade.
Yeah, so you can.
Okay,
so you can't just like find a code online or something that someone's selling and use it.
Yeah, from what he's talking about is there's a lot of games.
You need the code too.
There's a lot of games for PlayStation 3 that are supposedly when you get the PlayStation 4 that you can upgrade for $10. And Ubisoft is is one of the vendors that's dealing with that. There's a couple other ones though that are supposedly like all the big vendors are supposed to be.
Basically, they give you a code in the PlayStation 3 version that unlocks it.
Yeah,
but you need the disc, so you can't just like steal your friend's code and be like, "Yeah, now I paid $10 for it," because then you wouldn't be able to play it because you need the disc.
It would break your PlayStation 4. You brick it.
I'm glad this thing has this.
Didn't break.
Yeah, because at the point there was a 4.4% that were dying. They were DOA and stuff.
Well,
and
I think a lot of it was the upgrade too. Like the first upgrade they did was
a small percentage though.
The first upgrade was killing a lot of the PlayStation for some reason. So I think they tweaked it and fixed it and made it so it worked.
Well, the weird part too is that when I got this. For some reason, something was wrong with my internet, and so like I was like, "What is going on?" Yeah, I was like, "Oh no!" Like nothing was downloading, and it's like cannot download. I'm like, "What?" And then I went upstairs and checked it, and my internet like it's hard to tell.
Time Warner's been weird the last couple days.
Yeah, it's been weird, but it's worked just fine. Let's move on though, because it's already 12 minutes in. It's gonna be a long one, but we're gonna have fun. It's gonna be fun.
But it's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be worth it.
You love fun.
You're gonna have fun and like it. So what do you got, man? I got a good one, but you might have the same one.
New Telltale game.
Yeah, there you go. See, we got the right minds thinking alike.
Have you heard about this new Telltale game, Mike?
No, I haven't. Tell me more.
You're a liar. You have. So Telltale, this is a rumor that's come from a different couple places.
No, keep going.
It's a rumor that's come from a couple different places, but Telltale will not corroborate yet. Game of Thrones Telltale game. Now, everyone who's loved the Walking Dead Telltale game, and I love it.
And Wolf Among Us.
I like Wolf Among Us a lot, and I'm ready to see where it goes. It's only chapter 1's the only one that's out right now, but it looks like it's going to be fun.
Telltale's been hitting dingers lately.
I am pretty excited to see what they can do with Game of Thrones, and they've already kind of tested the format of Game of Thrones where it's different perspectives. In the 400 days.
So your character's gonna look back and forth. Do you choose to kill Tyrion or Jaime? And they have to
well, no. Have you played 400 days, right?
No, I've only played.
Oh, you haven't played it? Okay, because 400 days, basically, you get to be a couple different characters in it. It's not like where you're just Lee the whole time. You get to be this guy and this guy, and basically, and that's how Game of Thrones is played. If you read the books, like every chapter is a different perspective. So it's like. And we have the audiobook.
Because in the Game of Thrones,
we listened to it when we went up to upstate to the Renaissance Fair we worked at a couple years ago, and it's like the guy's like Daenerys, and he's like,
"Yeah,
Bran.
I have it. Yeah, I have it."
And so he just like
Bran. Shaggy Dog ran up and licked his face, and then they both ran to the fields.
Well,
and the Bran can't run because his legs are broken.
Daenerys. She was 12, and this Gal Drogo dude had sex with her.
Totally rapage. Oh,
kind of messed up.
Oh, boy.
He forcibly put himself upon her.
12-year-old. That's right.
That's right, George R. R. Martin. Fucking
child rape in his books. Oh,
asshole.
Ooh, child rape. Rome Clancy was a big fan. What?
Yeah, Cow's was like 30 and she's 12.
Yeah, and they go out of the way to be like, yep, she's her budding breast. She's not developed yet because she's a young kid. And you're like, no.
She's just got her first period. It's
so
like,
gross.
fuck, man, come on.
Gross.
What's wrong with you?
Oh. Then you like, then you turn back and read it again. What?
Chapter 2. But yeah, I'm pretty excited to see what they can do with this, with the Game of Thrones Telltale.
I want to see if they take it like a movie skew, if they make their own character
or
models
if they make
and
it
things.
more action-oriented than the other Telltale games. Because it's Game of Thrones, so there'd be more fighting. There's also obviously a lot of diplomacy and stuff.
I think it'd be fun too if they made like a different skew on it, like just a totally different story with George R. R. Martin participating. Although that guy's got already.
Maybe all the Onion Knight, because that's what I would buy.
Just
that game.
all Onion Knight.
I would buy 3 of those games. So
if you don't know who the Onion Knight is, deep cut, then you're probably everyone that's watched.
That's Davo Seaworthy. Get in there and look at it, okay?
You'll know him eventually. If you've seen like most of the episodes, you'll understand who he is. But Matt loves him. Like Matt would have.
He's my
sex.
boy.
Like at the end of it came out, you'd be like,
he's like, I'm here to have sex with you. I'm like, okay, let's do this Onion Knight.
I can't read. And you're like, okay, that's.
You're like, I talk like this all the time. I'm like, that's right, Onion Knight. Get over here. Snuggle with me, Onion Knight. Okay, I have a.
What if he smells like onions?
Oh, here's the PlayStation 4 thing I want to tell you about. How much money do you think they're losing right now?
None, because PlayStation never loses money.
If you know PlayStation like we do, they lose money on every single one of their consoles. They do it on purpose because they're trying to sell the consoles so that they can sell more stuff.
Yeah. Attach rate. It's called attach rate.
Yeah. And there is a lot of money being lost on this right now. Every console is $399 plus tax.
That's so much money.
They're losing, supposedly, $381 on each console. So that's almost the whole price that they're losing on each console. So they're almost giving these away for free.
Wow.
Theoretically.
So for those of you out there like, this is too expensive still.
It could be worse. You're paying $800 for this console.
Like the PlayStation 3.
I paid about $800 for PlayStation 3.
Remember, I paid for it first, and then you paid it back. Huh?
I had no money at the time. So I worked at
I'm not sure why I did that, by the way. I'm still not sure. Like, I was like, I have all this money. I would have spent it on my brother.
Where were you working at the time?
I think it was at the stage. I might have just moved to the stage at that point, and so like I was just like, I got the money, yeah, because I'm working at some place for $12
That's back when we were just men of leisure that had nothing else better to spend money on.
We were single guys, you know.
Like now, I have to wait to buy the PlayStation 4 because I have a kid and I have to get Christmas presents. Like, damn you! I get you a Thomas the Tank Engine.
Well, until last month, I was still using your. Well, no, I think it was your second PlayStation Fat.
Were you like the Toronto mayor that used the crack?
Have you seen the videos of that online, by the way? There's videos of like him pushing a woman down on the ground.
Dude, he like charged like a weird bull action.
Like this old lady.
And he runs into her. She's just she takes the foul like
goes down.
Like she's taking.
She like flops. She just like.
And he catches her though, like the fucking Highlander. Like palms her. And,
it looked like he was like demons are out, and just she just goes down. I'm like, what is happening?
But then he palms her and brings her back up, and then like
I just saw this, like I didn't hear the sound or anything, so I just looked over and saw this happening. I'm like, what is going on? It's like Toronto Mayor's antics, and I'm like, who is this man?
Then now there's this dude, a representative, I wouldn't say he's in Florida, that's doing cocaine, and like, he's not even half as fucking cool as this guy, man. That's Toronto Mayor's like, nope, I'm not leaving. Yep, you took all my power, and I'm just gonna sit here.
No, singing old Sioux
He's already like some kind of Chris Farley character, you know?
Yeah. Like, I just saw the one
he's
thing.
Matt Foley. He's like Matt Foley.
And I want to see the rest of them now. Like I just haven't.
He got his crack in a van down by the river. We've been watching CNN a lot.
Toronto Mayor, and
they keep showing it, and his brother keeps sticking up for him. He's like, "Well, he didn't do crack all the time. He's not an alcoholic.
Sometimes he just snorts blow." And you're like, what?
He's like, he only did crack because he was drinking. I'm like, he did crack because he was drinking. Like, if you're drinking, maybe you smoked a cigarette or just some weed. I understand that.
No, I mean,
but then you move up to crack.
I only did water. I did the designer drug water because I was drinking. You know, like if I was sober, I mean, come on,
I took like LSD after I was drinking. Doesn't make any sense.
You're doing a hard drug.
Doesn't make any sense, dude.
No, but
that's like I took a baby step and then I fucking jumped to the moon. It doesn't make any. Hold up.
It's like, well, I got a paper cut, so I shot myself in the face.
So I
got a paper cut.
I got a paper cut, so I put 18 staples in my paper cut. You know, I was like,
that is overkill. You've gone the opposite direction in a really huge way.
Awesome, dude. Awesome. But back to
see, that's a good segue. See, that wasn't on my list. Toronto Mayor. Awesome.
Toronto Mayor is crazy.
That guy.
We watch CNN all the time. So
I just watched
him and George Zimmerman are all.
I think someone like had it on at work or something, and I just looked over and I was like, "What is this?" And I turned just when he knocks the lady over, and like she just starts going backwards, and he's like,
"Yeah." There's a video of him doing this too, like doing the Matt Foley thing. He's a. And like
it is Toronto Mayor. People Google this,
and
then
the dude will not resign. Like just resign, tap out, dude. It's like
Marion Barry. He's like, I'm here. I got elected.
It's like Shaggy, and it wasn't me. You know, it's like he even caught me on camera. It wasn't me.
You even watched me tackle a representative.
It's like yes, it was you. It was definitively you. Stop. So did you hear that?
No.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt. There's a rumor that he was going to be Batman a while ago, but now there's a new rumor.
I know what it is.
I think you just said it, but I covered your voice up because you tried to steal my thunder.
I'll put something over my mouth when I talk to him.
Sleep with one eye open. He's going to be Sandman, supposedly. This is just a rumor at this time, but it's supposedly a rumor with some legs that they're trying to court him to be the Sandman.
Are you sure it's in Spider-Man 2 or? Is it the Sandman in Neil Gaiman's world? Yeah, I was going to say.
Neil Gaiman's Sandman. Yeah. Not...
a much different character.
Not Sandman from Spider-Man, who's already used and is terrible.
I still haven't read the Sandman. That's one graphic novel I want to get into. Like that.
You buy 8,000 other comic books.
I haven't bought a lot in a while.
So that stack must have been for like 6 months ago.
No, actually it was.
I'm only about a third of the way through it, so.
I still have more upstairs. I bought a lot when I was buying them, but that's the thing too. Like, cause I work so long, I get off like right when the comic book store closes. So it's like. Okay.
But now you switch to crack because you want to be like more like a mayor. I gotcha. So
no, because instead of going to comic books, I just do crack when I'm withdrawn from the comic books.
Yeah,
and I feel better.
Well, so how do you feel about Joseph Gordon-Levitt getting all the parts?
Jagos, you mean?
I want to see him get something good.
Yeah, why not?
I like JGL.
He kind of looks like if they give him some crazy hair, he'll look like the Sandman from that storyline too, from a lot of the story arcs. So it makes sense.
Yeah, he's a good actor. I like what he does. I really would have liked to see him as like Nightwing or something in the DC stuff. But supposedly they have a guy picked out for that. So I can't remember who he is. He's like somebody from he's the guy from Girls, the show Girls.
Oh, Nightwing. Yeah.
I don't know who that is though. But
Girls,
not from the Beastie Boys video. I don't know if there's I think it's just those guys in it. So I don't think any of the Beastie Boys are going to be in that because they're all either dead
or dying
or 50. But I'm interested to see where that goes. Let's see what they can do. Do you got anything or?
You stole one of them I had, so whatever.
So really, that was everything.
There's gonna be more villains in Spider-Man 2, and Amazing Spider-Man 2,
I hate you so much.
and maybe more heroes.
You're going to see it with me, so it doesn't really matter. People are going to think it glitched because we just froze our face at the same time.
We did our Civil War poses.
What the hell was I going to say? Oh,
Soaking creepy.
Well, I feel like if they're going to put more heroes in there, it's only the detriment to the Spider-Man character, and that means they think that he can't hold the show.
I don't agree with that.
I think there needs to be more heroes in there.
Spider-Man had
unless they're doing like some kind of Avengers crossover.
Or what if they're doing like Black Cat? Like Black Cat was
Canary, yeah, but
Black Cat in the Amazing Spider-Man. Black Canary is Green Arrow. You jackass. New people, we all know it now. Shame him on the internet. No one's gonna shame him.
Yeah, because everybody loves Black Cat. Their favorite.
Black Cat was an amazing character.
Their favorite Marvel character.
And a Spider-Man romantic interest. And they could have Anne Hathaway play it.
They're going to bring another romantic interest in because they already took Mary Jane out of there. They kicked her out. Shailene Woodley was supposed to be in this next movie.
She's like the thing with Mary Jane too, and that I didn't get with Shailene Woodley. I mean, I guess obviously you can do a lot of stuff with makeup, but Shailene Woodley, I don't think is like Mary Jane is like this actress, knockout.
Kirsten Dunst was the other one, dude. Not a fucking knockout.
No,
dude, she's like a 5.
That was
okay?
That was Raimi's trilogy. This
She's
is
like
like
5.
This is all the duded up. This is like all the duded up.
So she has to be hot. It's just be like Megan Fox.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like honestly, if you're gonna go full asshole, like full Axe body spray with Peter Parker,
has to be like Brooklyn Decker.
Yeah, you gotta do that with.
It has to be Kate Upton. Kate Upton's gonna be.
That's the only way I would accept it, honestly. Because he's so douchey now.
You hear it from us right here. Kate Upton will be Mary Jane Watson.
Because that's the thing,
little acting talent, hot as shit.
In the comic, Peter Parker keeps blowing off Mary Jane because he's like, oh, whatever, I don't want to go on a date with her. She's probably an uggo. He's one of my mom's friend's daughters, whatever. And then he finally meets her, and he's like, oh. I was wrong.
Well, and the new Spider-Man is a douche, so he would blow off somebody like that because he's a douche. He's not a geek. He's a douche.
No, that's like I said, Axe body spray.
My hair's like, my hair goes off, you're like this, and
I stole my web spinners.
I have like a weird, autistic stutter for some reason. I don't know what's going on with
I stole things to become Spider-Man. It makes sense. People love me in this movie. Why? I still don't get it. Okay, let's not talk about this. We talked about enough, I guess.
Your blood will shoot out your nose if I keep doing this.
I'm trying to see your face.
Don't do this to me.
I'll give you cancer from the light.
You're going to see it with me, so it doesn't really matter.
I told you we'll do it. I will do it.
You will do it. You will do it.
Footage. I already said that.
You're doing it.
Not a thing.
You're in.
What's the thing?
I typed you in, penciled in.
You're paying for it, though.
Then I drew it in blood over the top of it. You're going. No, you're paying for it because you have to watch the whole thing. Like, I'll pay for this!
I want to eat like a bunch of...
I mean, you pay for this!
I need like 20 tacos and just fart at the whole theater. Just... Oh, yeah, I love this movie, guys. Who else loves it? I shouldn't have put sriracha on those.
Shit your pants in the theater. Do it.
Oh, I think that was poop. I'm ready for you, Amazing Spider-Man 2. You won't break me.
You're gonna steal yourself. Like punching your face before going. Like Ken Shamrock from the old.
We're just in a locker. I'm just gonna blood coming out my face.
Like, are you okay, sir? Yeah, I can ready for the movie.
By the way, still winning the hair off here. Look at this. What's up? Oh, you're getting close. Wow. They're catching up.
I'm trying to get like Doctor Who, 11th Doctor hair.
I'm a 10th Doctor. I'm 10th Doctor, Dr. Sam.
Dude, you're like 4th Doctor Who? You're like 4th Doctor.
Are they all Doctor Who's? Is it Dr. Sam? Can one of them be Dr. Sam?
You're like 4th Doctor.
I'm Sam Who!
You're 4th Doctor. We need to get you
That's Fred Who!
We need to get you the long scarf, and then you can be like, would you like a jelly? That's what you have to say, stuff like that.
I love crisps!
There's one doctor that wears celery on his lapel, so, I mean, it could be worse.
Where's what?
Celery. A piece of celery on its lapel. Right here. That's the lapel.
Matt, you're not convincing me ever to watch this show.
That's like the old stuff. I'm telling you to watch the new stuff. Start with 9 with Chris Eccleston. Chris Eccleston is a great actor.
I feel like that's such a feint.
He's great. He's great.
That'd be like having a...
He goes, that's fantastic a lot. And you're like, yes, it is fantastic because Chris Eccleston is fantastic.
I feel like him saying that to me would be so menacing.
That's fantastic.
I'm going to boil your skin now. Like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
I'm going to boil your skin and be fantastic. And you're like, oh, cool.
That makes sense. You're Chris Eccleston. You're a scary dude.
He shoots a lot of guns. He
shoots guns?
The Doctor never shoots guns except for him. He's like the only Doctor shoots guns. Well, they're trying to explain it now, I think, with this John Hurt Doctor. Because John Hurt is not the Doctor. That's what I've heard from the premise so far.
He's like the patient.
No. Between the 7th or the 8th and the 9th Doctor,
I'm gonna let you go on this rant. I'm gonna try and interrupt as little as possible.
Between the 8th and the 9th Doctor, there was a guy that was basically the Doctor's like, I have to not be the Doctor right now. I have to be someone who's a warrior. And this was actually revealed in the miniseries he just played for us. They did like a little miniseries YouTube video thing.
Go on.
And so, what I'm guessing is that he had to be this warrior that helped Gallifrey in the Time Wars, and this is how, I don't
know what that means. Keep going, though.
Basically, he had to, help finish the Time Wars or something like that.
I don't know.
But when he finally became the 9th Doctor, he still had a lot of vestiges of this other character that was not the Doctor. This other guy that was John Hurt's character.
So that's why he's
angry. That's why he's still angry. Like in the 9th Doctor, if you watch Chris Eccleston's Doctor, he's like more of an angry, more of a physical. He shoots guns. He'll punch somebody.
He's
still kind of funny and whimsical, but there's more of a veneer of menace in his voice. Like he can.
It's Chris Eccleston. The guy cannot be not menacing.
He can beat you up, you know. Like
Chris Eccleston is one emotion, menacing.
That doctor will duke you up in a fight club, you know. Whereas Matt Smith's doctor, like, no.
Anyone seen Gone in 60 Seconds knows about Chris Eccleston being menacing. Okay.
Yeah, and so or Heroes, Mike, huh? He was in Heroes, huh?
He was in that.
He was in Heroes. Everyone remembers Heroes, right? In the seasons that nobody cared about.
Or the spin-off to Nero's.
Nero's. I have magical powers.
Taxi cab, yeah.
These fucking powers.
Yeah, what's going on? What fuckers, yeah.
I like to start with the new series if you're going to watch. I have watched sporadically episodes from the old ones, and it's tough because you have to like fit yourself into 60s graphics and time things. The Daleks were really cool back then, actually, because they were, if you think in the 1960s, that was a really scary, weird-ass thing, you know? The way they set those things up.
Because they were like a dude with a plunger.
In the 80s, it got a little ridiculous. In the 80s, like, when they got to like the 5th and 6th Doctor, they looked a little ridiculous. There's one, actually, where the Daleks are, like, moving, like, you can see the guy walking underneath. So they're moving like this. When they're walking, it's like, oh... You lost the majesty. But, like, the Doctor before, like, when you first see the Dalek, it's just like a fucking plunger coming to this guy, and the guy's like, no! And the plunger, like, touched him, and he's dead, you know?
Yeah, and then like, poop comes out of him or something, or what? I don't know.
You don't need that, because you got the guy, it's like any of those movies back then, you know, like, when they see a skeleton or something, you know? And they're like, no! And they're so scared of that plunger, and you're like, what the heck? There must be something scary behind there.
That's really a rubber plunger.
That's how they did scary stuff back then, you know? They didn't have the budget to make lasers or anything like that.
Movies suck.
Yeah, that's why a lot of people...
That's loud.
But, you know, that was why those were so scary back then, because it's like, what the hell is this thing that is attacking him, and he's so scared of a plunger that he dies.
Speaking of what the hell is this thing, segue, are you watching Almost Human?
I've watched the first episode. We haven't watched the second one yet.
What did you think, my friend?
We
haven't talked about this in the podcast.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it greatly. I did. I'm ready to see more. Mike Ealy is terrific in it. I love Carl Urban. I think he's fantastic.
Very curmudgeon. I like it.
He's almost got that Bones thing, but he's got like his own character.
I think it's more just Carl Urban.
Yeah, he's got his own character still, and I like where they're going with it. I want to see more of it. I also like the kind of futuristic. You know, I miss the fringe future when they're with Faux Earth. So it kind of reminds me of Faux Earth with the weird shit that's going on in it. And I want to see more of it. I'm pretty excited to see it.
Some of the stuff is pretty wacky. Like but the science is like very good pseudoscience.
It's quasi good pseudoscience, yeah.
Like something that makes sense. Like I won't give everything away.
In 30, 40 years in the future, this shit could be happening. Sure.
Yeah.
Know?
Then see the only thing that stops like any of that stuff from actually ever happening, because it's all could have happened. Like this stuff could be here right now theoretically,
like an android person that,
or like a flying car. But there's like so many complications when you.
Well, they have regular cars that are cool too. I love their regular car looks, like the way they shape the car, just the cars.
Yeah, and a lot of stuff
looks really cool.
I can believe that they had futurists look at things and be like, okay, what do you think the cars are going to look like? What do you think this is going to look like?
Like they have one. The plot point of the first one is there's. I'm not going to go into it too much, but there's basically something that it gives you like 10,000 diseases or something like that, and it could theoretically something like that could happen. Worst thing ever, but it could theoretically there could be something that could affect your genetics like that, you know. So that's why it's kind of cool. JJ Abrams, he's really good at like kind of looking into that science and playing around with it enough that it seems really believable.
Well, I'm feeling too like he has good writers on board as well.
Sure, yeah.
Because you can actually tell that he doesn't have like a huge hand in this right now. Like, because he can't, because he's got his hand in so many plots, especially with Star Wars. But you can tell like he's just looking over and be like, seal of approval, JJ Abrams.
By the way, I have a show that for you to watch if you can download. You may be able to see it on like Netflix. I would check to see if it's on like Netflix.
Tomorrow People?
It's called The Graham Norton Show. It is a show from BBC America and from BBC.
You're so
hilarious.
Are you going to start talking English accents?
I don't know, dude. He has like the best talk show format because he just has the guys on. First of all, they're drinking alcohol, so everybody's better than alcohol. But he just asks them the funniest questions. So it's not like, here is a monologue, and then here is this segment that I do, and then I have 5 minutes to interview this guy, and then I have another segment, and then I have 3 minutes to interview this guy, and then there's a music guest. He just like, we're just going to talk for half an hour, and then music guests come on, but then he'll come on the couch, and then we'll talk to him for a little bit.
Hey man, he had Carlton back on the show to do the Carlton, okay?
He did.
Enough said, right?
He had Harrison Ford on the other day, and Harrison Ford, it was hilarious. Like, I'm not going to ask you anything about the movies. I just want to, like, talk to you. And Harrison Ford was like, you know, kind of it almost made him open up a little bit because everybody's like, so Star Wars, you're Han Solo, right? You're gonna be Han Solo and you're Chewbacca, Han Solo, and he's
he
like,
actually did a Nerdist. He did a thing for the Nerdist recently, and he was like basically talking about how he hates that stuff, but then like. Chris Hardwick was like, because he's just fanboying out on him, and even at the beginning of the interview, he's like, I feel like I did poorly in this interview because I was just started fanboying out, even though like I knew he didn't want me to, and so like he's just like, so yeah, about that Star Wars, like playing Han Solo, you always thought you were like a badass, and like it's like, oh.
So I want you to watch that show, but a specific show, but at one point he goes, I want you, everyone wants to hear something from you, Harrison. So I'm going to have a lady from the crowd say, I love you. And I want you to respond to them. And so they start playing the Han Solo Leia music. And she goes, Harrison, I love you. And he's like, I know. I was like, well done. He's so curmudgeon and just
that's the
funny
thing. Like,
now.
he knows
he's got really good curmudgeon humor. Like he's like a Walter Matthau now.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like he knows how to like if the awkwardness that can be funny between things.
He's great at it. And he's like a master of it.
Let's say he's a good actor too, because like he'll just like even during the nurse interview, like Chris Hardwick would ask him something and be like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna answer that." And just like just let it hang.
Graham Norton was showing all these Halloween costumes he's done, and they're ridiculous Halloween costumes. And so he's like, well, why were you... He was like a pea pod for 1 year with Calista Flockhart with some other costume. And he's like, why were you that? He's like, that was the last costume that was there. So his face is painted green and there's 2 pea pods. And like, oh, bravo, Harrison Ford. You're ridiculous. I love it.
The guy knows, he knows what he is and he knows how to use his image. And he also knows not to take himself too seriously. And that's what, and plus he smokes a lot of weed. Like, when you're smoking a lot of weed, you can't be taking...
I think they might have mentioned that at one point, like some of us.
Yeah, well, how could you not? Look how he talks so now. He's like perma-high. Yeah, so I'm just like super... I'm thinking about...
They even mentioned something about him doing Indiana Jones 5. He's like, I wanted to do Indiana Jones. I want to do it. That's why we're doing it. I want to do it.
We're doing it. I'm just paying my own money because I'm richer than God, so...
Like, he doesn't want to do Star Wars. He wants to do Indiana Jones 5.
This Indiana Jones is so old. He's, like, super old, and he's still punching
I think he said something like,
face.
I still got something left in me, or something like that. You, like, got all fiery about it for a second. I was like...
I love Harrison Ford, but you are too old.
No more of the bullshit, though.
So, Mutt. Can we kill Mutt off in this one?
Can we just kill him, and no more fridges with nuclear explosions, please? That was goddamn ridiculous.
And if we have Nazis, can we just get
can
another
you bring Kate
woman?
Blanchett back just so I can look at her? I love you.
And maybe get like another like middle-aged
Kate Blanchett,
actress.
return my fan mail, please. Thank you.
They're hot,
He'll probably get Calista Flockhart.
No, he would. I don't think he'd ever do that. That'd be crazy.
No, I'm just kidding. We're longing too, so
we are, but we love you.
Thanks for coming, guys.
Thanks
for sticking with us. I have more and more people that tell me that they take peeks at our stuff. So,
Colin Keating.
Colin Keating.
Minutes into it.
Did I tell you Colin Keating? He
Shout
told
out.
me he watched a few of ours. I saw him at the Baldwinsville craft show. We were at C.W. Baker High School craft show, and he's the director of their choir.
Oh, I know.
The choir was awesome, by the way. It was really good.
Oh, they sang for your craft show?
They had because that's what the money from it goes to. They're going to Lincoln Center, I believe, or Carnegie Hall, I believe.
Oh, wow.
One of those two. They're going to... Sorry.
I thought it was practice, but obviously it's just a fundraiser.
Well, hopefully it helped them, because those fundraisers kind of suck, and having to get 30 kids to a place like that is kind of crazy. But they're really good. They were on caliber with like a college choir. He really whipped them in shape, so they sounded really good. I enjoyed it.
Speaking of sounding really good, here's something that sounds really good. Fin Fang Foom.
Stay classy. Good night, everybody.